Have you ever set a goal, started strong, felt motivated, and then a few weeks later, you're right back where you started? It's a cycle so many of us know all too well. We tell ourselves this time will be different. This time, we'll stick to the plan. But then, life happens, old habits creep back in, and we find ourselves wondering why lasting change feels so elusive. What if I told you it's not because you're lazy? It's not because you lack discipline. It's because you've tried to change your behavior without changing your identity. You see, true transformation doesn't start with ticking off items on a to-do list. It starts with a fundamental shift in how you see yourself. In this video, we're going to explore the power of the identity shift, a concept that has the potential to unlock a level of growth and fulfillment you may have never thought possible. We'll delve into practical steps, actionable insights, and real-world examples to guide you on this transformative journey. Are you ready to become the person you were always meant to be? Let's begin. Imagine this. Two people are offered a cigarette. The first person politely declines, saying, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." The second person also declines, but their response is different. "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." Same situation, completely different mindset. The first person, the one trying to quit, is still holding on to the identity of a smoker. They're battling against a part of themselves, engaging in a constant internal struggle. They're trapped in a cycle of wanting to change their behavior, while still clinging to the label that no longer serves them. The second person, on the other hand, has already made the identity shift. They no longer identify as a smoker. It's not about willpower or restriction, it's about a fundamental change in how they see themselves. They've redefined their relationship with smoking, and as a result, their actions effortlessly align with this new identity. This subtle but powerful distinction highlights the crux of the identity shift. When you change your identity, you change the game. You stop forcing yourself to act differently, and instead, you become the person who naturally embodies the qualities you desire. We are all storytellers. From the moment we wake up to the time we lay our heads down, our minds are weaving narratives about ourselves, our lives, and the world around us. The problem is, we often get stuck in narratives that no longer serve us. We tell ourselves stories like, "I'm not good with money, I'm always late, or I just can't focus." These narratives, repeated over and over again, become self-fulfilling prophecies. They shape our beliefs, influence our actions, and ultimately, create our reality. The good news is, just as we have the power to tell ourselves disempowering stories, we also have the power to rewrite them. Instead of saying, "I'm not good with money," try shifting your narrative to, "I am someone who is learning to manage their finances wisely." Instead of "I'm always late," try, "I am someone who values other people's time and strives to be punctual." The key is to start your sentences with, "I am someone who," and then fill in the blank with the qualities, values, and behaviors of the person you want to become. By consciously choosing empowering narratives, you begin to shift your self-image and create a new blueprint for your life. Transformation can feel daunting, like an insurmountable mountain to climb. But here's the secret: you don't need to make monumental leaps to create lasting change. In fact, it's the small, consistent actions that have the most profound impact. Think of it this way: every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. Did you drink a glass of water instead of reaching for a sugary drink? That's a vote for the healthier you. Did you read a page of a book instead of scrolling through social media? That's a vote for the more knowledgeable you. Did you show up on time for a meeting? That's a vote for the more reliable you. These small wins, though seemingly insignificant in isolation, begin to stack up over time. They create a ripple effect, building momentum and reinforcing your new identity. As you consistently choose actions that align with your desired self, you start to see yourself differently. You gain confidence, you feel empowered, and you realize that lasting change is not about grand gestures, but about the daily choices you make. We often underestimate the influence our environment has on our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. We think willpower alone is enough to overcome the pull of our surroundings. But the truth is, our environment plays a significant role in shaping who we are and who we become. If you're trying to eat healthier but your pantry is stocked with processed foods, it's going to be an uphill battle. If you want to be more focused and productive but your workspace is cluttered and chaotic, it's going to be challenging to concentrate. And if you're trying to cultivate more positivity in your life but you're constantly surrounded by negativity, it's going to be difficult to maintain an optimistic outlook. The key is to become an architect of your environment. Design your surroundings in a way that supports your goals and reflects the person you want to become. This might mean decluttering your physical space, curating your social media feeds, or seeking out communities and relationships that uplift and inspire you. Chapter 5. Let go of your past self. Growth requires letting go. Growth is a continuous process of evolution. It's about shedding old layers, releasing outdated beliefs, and stepping into a more expansive version of ourselves. But here's the thing about growth. It requires us to let go. Letting go of the past can be challenging. It's easy to cling to old habits, familiar patterns, and even relationships that no longer serve us. We hold on to these things because they feel safe, comfortable, even if they're holding us back from reaching our full potential. But here's the truth. You can't move forward if you're still holding on to the past. To truly embrace growth, you have to be willing to release what no longer serves you. This might mean letting go of limiting beliefs, unhealthy habits, or even relationships that are no longer aligned with your values and aspirations. Chapter 6. Real Talk Moment. Identity is the foundation. Build on solid ground. Let's have a real talk moment. For years we've been fed this idea that success is about setting goals, working hard, and pushing ourselves to our limits. While those elements are undoubtedly important, they're only part of the equation. The missing piece, the foundation upon which all else is built, is identity. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your identity. If you don't believe you're capable of achieving something, no amount of goal setting or hard work will get you there. So, instead of forcing discipline, instead of relying solely on willpower, ask yourself this: what kind of person does this effortlessly? What kind of person wakes up early, goes for a run, eats nourishing foods, and tackles their day with focus and clarity? Once you identify the traits and behaviors of that person, your job is to step into that identity, start thinking like them, acting like them, and making choices that align with that identity. Chapter 7. Identity Affirmation. Speak your truth into existence. Words have power. The language we use, both internally and externally, shapes our thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately, our reality. That's why affirmations are so powerful. When you repeat an affirmation consistently, you're essentially reprogramming your subconscious mind, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering truths. And here's a powerful affirmation to help you solidify your identity shift. I am someone who chooses growth. Say it with me. I am someone who chooses growth. Again, I am someone who chooses growth. Let those words sink in. Feel their weight, embrace their truth. This isn't about faking it until you make it. It's about being it until you become it. By embodying the identity of someone who chooses growth, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You start to see challenges as opportunities, setbacks as learning experiences, and failures as stepping stones on the path to success. Choose growth daily. Your transformation starts now. The identity shift is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery, growth, and evolution. It's about consistently choosing to show up as the best version of yourself, even when it's hard, even when you doubt yourself, even when you stumble along the way. Remember, you are not defined by your past. You are not limited by your circumstances. You have the power within you to create the life you desire, to become the person you were always meant to be. It all starts with a single decision, the decision to choose growth.